Smackdown this week was decent. It was a decent episode of Smackdown. It was pretty entertaining. We had decent to good matches and a lot of very good promos on this show. So let's break down what happened from start to finish. So on this show, we started off with a promo from John Cena. It started off with an in-ring promo from John Cena. It was John Cena talking. Then we had interruptions from people like Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. So let's just get into it in general. So Cena starts off the promo saying that he's the greatest of all time. No past, present, or future competitor is even comparable to him. He is the greatest of all time, the GOAT. John Cena says that he is always 1,000 steps ahead. He breaks down his whole master plan, and I'm calling cap on it. But anyhow, let's get into this master plan by John Cena. He said that he announced his retirement 6 months early so he can have time to scout his most likely opponents. He said he entered the Royal Rumble knowing that anyone could win it, and that if he lost the Royal Rumble, he could use his seniority to guarantee a spot at Elimination Chamber. He said that at Elimination Chamber, he knew that Punk and Seth Rollins would melt down, which would give him an easy win. He goes on to say that he knew that on the same night at Elimination Chamber, he knew that Cody Rhodes' attention would be on the final boss, so that all John Cena had to do was seize the moment, shock the world, and become an unpredictable opponent. Then he says that he used Cody Rhodes' flaws and naivety to guarantee a WrestleMania win, a win at WrestleMania for the championship. He said he used the crowd to lure Randy Orton into a false sense of security to beat Randy Orton in his own hometown. He said that he put R-Truth in the main event so all the fans would finally care about R-Truth, and the fans took the bait. And he said that while the fans wasted their time on R-Truth, Cena formed an alliance with Logan Paul, making him no longer a threat to him, and he bought just enough time to scout his next opponent, CM Punk. Cena said that he backed CM Punk into a corner and that if Punk wants to face him, it was going to have to be at Saudi, and Punk has to admit that he's a hypocrite. And this is a reference to like a tweet I believe CM Punk made about Saudi and about WWE in general. So Cena said if Punk decides to face him at Saudi, CM Punk has to admit that he is a hypocrite. Cena says that Seth Rollins will never cash in on him holding the championship because Seth Rollins wants John Cena to leave with the championship. If John Cena leaves with the championship, Seth will only have one champion and one championship to go after. And when Seth wins that championship, it will be the only championship in WWE, and Seth will have all the power. Cena says the fans won't realize how good, how great, and how much of a GOAT Cena is until 3 years after he's gone. Then Cody Rhodes' music hits. Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody Rhodes glazes John Cena for a little bit, says that everything Cena says is true. He just backs it up and confirms it, says that Cena told nothing but truth in this promo, and that Cena didn't say anything false. He agrees with everything, and then he stamps it. And I'm like, why are you glazing him? Just say your part and get it over with. He tells Cena to not forget that he pinned Cena at Money in the Bank. And Cody Rhodes says that he isn't part of Cena's plan. Cena is part of his plan. Cena is part of Cody's plan. Randy Orton's music hits. Randy Orton comes out. He tells Cena that he would have won if R-Truth hadn't got involved in the match. He had John Cena dead to rights. He was going to punt kick John Cena's head off, but R-Truth got involved and cost him the match. Randy Orton says that at this stage of his career, he will face whoever, whenever, and he will do whatever it takes to get the number 15th championship, to get number 15, his 15th championship. He will do whatever it takes. He tells Cody if he has to go through Cody to get to Cena, he won't hesitate to beat Cody. Then LA Knight's music hits. LA Knight comes out. LA Knight says he's staring down the WWE establishment, referencing Randy Orton, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes. And he says that he knows he's a sore thumb out here, but they need to understand one thing, that LA Knight being in the King of the Ring tournament means he has a shot to beat all of them and go on to face Cena for the championship. LA Knight says that if he has to drop a Viper, if he has to drop a Nightmare, and if he has to knock down a genius, balding John Cena, he'll do that. And after this, John Cena rolls out of the ring and he tries to back out of this whole altercation, and out of nowhere comes R-Truth, and he attacks John Cena from behind, beats him down, he punches John Cena, and they have to separate these two. And this was a really good promo by all four of these men in the ring. It was really good. It was really solid, and each competitor that came out, each superstar that came out got a really big pop, and I'm happy about that. So after that, we moved on to the first King of the Ring Fatal 4-Way match. It was Randy Orton, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Aleister Black. So to start off this match, everyone teamed up on Carmelo Hayes for some reason. They acted like he was like the biggest heel or something in this match, or like the most hated person. I don't know why they teamed up on him, but it was uncalled for in my opinion, but it was pretty entertaining. Anyhow, some highlights from this match were that Aleister Black hit a off the top rope moonsault onto Carmelo Hayes on the outside of the ring. Carmelo Hayes hit this insane backward springboard apron leg drop on LA Knight. Then he hit a springboard leg drop on Aleister Black, and then a diving front flip over the top rope onto Aleister Black, which was crazy. And this man is so talented. I hope WWE gives him a push or something and takes him seriously and stop jobbing him out. This man is so talented. During this match, the crowd was cheering, "This is awesome, this is awesome." There was "This is awesome" chants. Some other highlights were that Carmelo Hayes hit a from the heavens frog splash onto LA Knight. And I noted that I really did like Aleister Black's footwork, and I do like Aleister Black's footwork in general, but in this match it really shined. His kicks, his punches, and everything, his style is so clean. And he was just mixing up everybody in this match. Kicks, punches, everything. It was so clean and it was so entertaining. Some other cool spots where Randy Orton hit his signature scoop slide slam on everyone, like that catching side slam he does. He hit that on everyone. He hit a double draped DDT on Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes. He lined them up for the, DDT drop he does on the ropes. And out of nowhere comes LA Knight, hits him with a zigzag to make it even more impactful, more forceful. It was a really cool spot. And at the end, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker got involved and they attacked LA Knight because LA Knight got in their business on Monday. Breaker spears LA Knight. Randy Orton does this amazing spot where he catches Carmelo Hayes mid-air with an RKO landing on LA Knight. And then Randy Orton pins LA Knight for the win. And this match was pretty good. There was a lot of cool spots. Not anything crazy, but it was pretty entertaining. And that goes for most of the Fatal 4-Way matches we got tonight, except for one, and I'll get into that one later. And then after that, we got this promo from Fatu basically explaining himself. Fatu says, "Let's keep it 100. Just because you're family doesn't mean you can go behind their back and try to snake them. Just because we're from the same bloodline doesn't mean you can take credit for everything I've done." And Fatu got mad because Solo said that Fatu would be nothing without him. So Fatu says, "Solo said I would be nothing without him, so I had to remind him what happens when you don't get in where you fit in, because I'm all gas and no brakes with it. Yeah, I mean." And anyhow, after that, we got this video package from Solo. Fatu standing in the ring, and Solo comes on the big screen, and Solo shows up on the video package. He tells Fatu that Fatu wouldn't be here without him, that he brought Fatu into this company. He tells Fatu that he's willing to forgive Fatu, and he will be in the ring next week with arms wide open, and he'll forgive Fatu. All Fatu has to do is say 4 simple words: "I love you, Solo." He says, "Fatu, I brought you into this world and I can take you out." And that was a pretty entertaining moment. Pretty good promo from Fatu and Solo. Fatu didn't get as much as a big pop. I feel like the crowd were really trying to listen into if he was going to say something crazy, how he has his one-liners and stuff like that. But it was a pretty good promo segment. Fatu's had more reaction than Solo's, but I think this is going to set up a pretty entertaining segment for next week. And I don't believe I think Fatu's just going to go off and attack both Solo and Jeff Cobb. So I'm pretty excited for that. After that, we moved on to our first Queen of the Ring match. Our first Queen of the Ring tournament match. It was a fatal 4-way between Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Mia Chen, and Piper Niven. And this also was a pretty good match. This was a pretty entertaining, pretty solid match. So let's talk about some highlights that happened during this. It started off with Jade Cargill. She sent Nia Jax flying into some steel stairs. Piper Niven hit a Samoan drop on the outside to Mia Chen. Nia Jax and Piper Niven decided to team up against Jade Cargill, and they were working as a team for a pretty good portion of this match. Other cool spots that happened were that Mia Chen hit a springboard moonsault onto all the women on the outside of the ring while they were brawling. Mia Chen hit a off the top rope Rana on Nia Jax, and she hit an off the top rope DDT on Piper Niven, which was a pretty cool spot to see. More cool spots that happened were Piper Niven ended up spearing Nia Jax through the barricade. Jade hit Piper Niven with her finisher move, the Jaded. Jade hit Piper Niven with Jaded for the win, and Jade advanced in the Queen of the Ring tournament bracket. There wasn't as many crazy spots in this match as I think the craziest spot from this match was the spear through the barricade, but other than that, nothing really too notable. But it was a really entertaining match with all the women in it. We had Mia Chen coming in with the high flying moves, Nia Jax and Niven with the powerful women in this match, as well as Jade Cargill. It was a pretty entertaining match. And then after this, we got Naomi, who cut an in-ring promo. While Naomi was talking, she got interrupted by Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton comes out and she tries to trick and manipulate Naomi into cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase right then and there. And Naomi says, "Do I look stupid to you? Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool?" And she's like, I will cash in on you when you least expect it. Till then, I'm going to make your life a living hell." And then she says, "Till then, I advise that you proceed with caution." And then Naomi exits the ring. And then while Naomi's leaving and Tiffany Stratton is distracted staring Naomi down, out of nowhere comes Nia Jax, and she attacks Tiffany Stratton from behind and hits Tiffany Stratton with the Annihilator. And that's how the segment ends. Naomi went back in to try to cash in, but Nia Jax warned her. She's like, "Don't leave." And Naomi, you know what? She's like, I'm not having this fight tonight. I'll let it slide. Then we got on to a tag team match. It was between the Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy versus Motor City Machine Guns. And this match, I'm not gonna lie to you, was one of the two matches I did not really. There was two mid matches tonight, and this was one of them. This tag team match, it could have been good. I just didn't like how they booked the Wyatt Six team. They booked them too weak. They were getting dominated for most of the match, and like these competitors right here, like the Wyatt Six, they're supposed to be monsters. They're supposed to be otherworldly, and they were just getting tossed around and bullied, and I didn't really like that. I'm like, they should look stronger and more menacing, But let's get into what happened during this match. Motor City Machine Gun hit the Wyatt Six members with a double over the top rope crossbody onto the outside area. Wyatt Six were getting dominated like for the first half of this match, like I said. So like that was where it first started, like from the beginning. Motor City Machine Gun hit the Wyatt Six with that double over the top rope crossbody, like I said. Some other cool spots that happened were that Joe Gacy hit a springboard double clothesline and a pop-up powerbomb using Luminous, and he popped up powerbomb Luminous and dropped them on Chris Sabin. Dexter Luminous hit a massive from the top rope leg drop on Chris Sabin for the win. And that's the only like cool spots I know. There was only 3 cool spots, and that was it. This match was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was pretty bad. I just didn't like how they booked the Wyatt Six. But like those were the only cool spots that I noted. But like I said though, the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, they were getting bullied for a majority of this match. I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was like a decent match, a decent tag team match. I just didn't like how they booked the Wyatt Six, that's all. After this tag team match, we got another Cena segment. Cena was pretty active throughout this whole show. He kept popping up here and there. Cena was backstage. After R-Truth attacked him, Cena was pretty mad, so he was walking around backstage. He bumped into Jimmy Uso. He tells Jimmy Uso, if he sees R-Truth, tell R-Truth that Cena will be waiting for him in the middle of the ring. Then Cena makes his way out into the ring. Cena says that there is a level of disrespect that he can tolerate, but R-Truth crossed the line. He calls out R-Truth, and boom, CM Punk's music hits. CM Punk marches to the ring. Punk tells John Cena, if John Cena thinks he's tired of being disrespected, the people are tired of being disrespected. He gives John Cena a chance to redeem himself, and he tells John Cena he's giving him a chance to have a happy ending, to have a good farewell tour, to redeem himself and let the fans celebrate him and everything he's sacrificed and everything he's accomplished. John Cena says that the people don't matter, this place doesn't matter, and Punk says, okay, then let the disrespect begin. Punk says it's about to get real. Punk says Cena can't beat him. CM Punk then says like a corny line in his promo, and then CM Punk says, you know what? I'm starting to sound like PG Cena, and Cena's starting to sound like OG Punk. He says that Cena's trying to copy him and copy his footsteps, winning the championship, leaving the company, trying to ruin the company. He says that John Cena is trying to copy him and trying to copy his footsteps. CM Punk then says that he will follow John Cena to hell if he has to. He'll follow John Cena to hell to beat him. He says that John Cena is a goat, and John Cena is a goat that he will spit, roast, and offer as a sacrifice to the wrestling gods. He calls John Cena a joke, and he tells John Cena that he won't let John Cena ruin wrestling, not if he has anything to do with it. And then CM Punk exits the ring. John Cena's looking and staring down CM Punk, and out of nowhere, R-Truth comes and attacks John Cena again, and he puts John Cena in the STF. And security have to come running down to break up these two and to get R-Truth off of John Cena. And then we get a backstage segment where GM Nick Aldis confronts R-Truth backstage, and he's like, what are you doing? You can't keep doing this. This is the second time you've attacked John Cena on this show. And R-Truth demands a match versus John Cena next week on Smackdown. And so we have next week on Smackdown, R-Truth or Ron Killings versus John Cena. And I'm pretty excited about that. And R-Truth does have a new character. He's way more serious. New haircut, new attire, from what I can tell. So it's pretty cool. I wonder if he's going to get a new theme song or something, or a new entrance. So we'll have to look out for that. Next, we got our second and final Queen of the Ring tournament Fatal 4-Way match on this show. And this was probably I don't think no. This wasn't the worst match of the night because it was a fatal four way, so it was more entertaining than a tag team match. But this was the second mid match that I had on the show. There was two mid matches. It was that tag team match with the White Six, and this Queen of the Ring match. It was a Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way tournament match. It had Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Alba Fire, and Candice LeRae. And it was supposed to be Chelsea Green in this match, but for whatever reason, Chelsea Green couldn't make it, so they put Alba Fire in her place. And let me tell you, this match, for the stars that were in it, it was pretty mid. No crazy spots, nothing. It was over so quick. And it felt rushed, and it felt soulless, it felt lifeless. So let's break down some of like the cool spots that happened. Candice LeRae and Alba Fire teamed up against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss was MIA during this match for a lot of it. They just kept kicking her out, and then she stayed on the ground for like a long time, and they kept beating up Charlotte, attack Alexa Bliss for a little bit, keep Alexa Bliss out of the match, and she was like pretty MIA, like I said, for a lot of this match. And I didn't really enjoy that. I'm like, let her shine, let everybody get like their moments in there. And this just felt like I said, lifeless, rushed, and soulless. Anyhow, though, they hit a cool tag team suplex move on Charlotte Flair where they did a double suplex on her, LeRae and Alba Fire. They hit that off the rope superplex powerbomb thing where all the like that crazy spot they do in every fatal four or triple threat match where everybody's on the top rope and somebody power bombs all the women or all the men off the ropes. They did that crazy corner spot for like the pop. Candice LeRae hit a springboard lion salt on Charlotte Flair. Alexa Bliss hit a twisted bliss on Alba Fire. Charlotte spears Candice LeRae, and she puts Alba Fire in a figure four leg lock. And while Alba Fire is in that figure four leg lock, Alexa Bliss comes in and she hits a Sister Abigail on Candice LeRae, and she pins Candice LeRae while Charlotte's still holding in that figure four leg lock. The ref count 1, 2, 3, and Alexa Bliss wins the match while Charlotte is distracted. Like I said, this match was pretty mid, pretty lifeless, pretty soulless. I didn't enjoy this one at all because I thought it could have been better. Like it was a decent match, but I just knew it could have been better with the competitors that were in it, the high level competitors that were in it. It could have been so much more, and that's what I hated about it. It's not that it was a terrible match; it was unwatchable or anything. It's just I saw the potential in it, and I'm just mad how rushed and soulless it felt. That's it. Then we got the main event. It was the men's King of the Ring Fatal 4-Way match with Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade. This, out of the two King of the Ring matches we got on this show, this one was my least favorite. I liked the first one a lot more. This one, it felt like the competitors in it had like little to no chemistry. And maybe it was just Damian Priest that felt out of place. I don't know. But like everybody, it just felt, I don't know. It didn't feel like the moves were connecting how they should. And like the competitors were connecting with the crowd how they should. And like, I don't know. It just, something felt off about it. But this Fatal 4-Way, it was glaringly obvious was going to win it. We all knew Cody Rhodes was going to win it before it even started, you know? But anyhow, some cool spots that happened, they were all Cody Rhodes spots, honestly. No one else did anything too crazy. It was like a Cody Rhodes showcase, basically. So all the spots that I had like remembered and noted were just Cody Rhodes spots. So let's get into like the cool stuff that happened. One thing that happened that really pissed me off was Cody Rhodes pulled out a Slim Jim table. You know, yeah, the Slim Jim table. The table with the Slim Jim logo on it. Cody Rhodes pulls it out, and thank God, Shinsuke Nakamura hit a Kinshasa on Cody Rhodes and sends him flying through the table, and Cody crashes through the table and breaks the Slim Jim table. And I was like, yes, this is rightfully deserved. That's what he gets for pulling out that monstrosity of a table. That monstrosity of a table with the Slim Jim logo on it. Cody Rhodes gets Kinshasa through the table, and I was happy about that. Then getting near the end, Cody Rhodes hit a double Cody stutter. Then getting near to the end, Cody Rhodes hit a double Cody cutter on Andrade and Shinsuke at the same time. And after that, he hits a top rope Cody cutter onto Damian Priest and hits his crossroads on Shinsuke Nakamura for the win. And that was the big spots that I had noted. Other than that, nothing else too interesting happened. Damian Priest was there. Andrade did some high-flying moves, but nothing crazy. Shinsuke Nakamura was there, but, you know, Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura, their presence wasn't really felt that much. Shinsuke Nakamura did show up, though, and showed out. He had some good moves and stuff like that, but I don't know. This match just felt like it was missing something to me. And then I don't know why they pulled the table out in this match, and they were like, you know, Fatal 4s are like no disqualification. I'm like, if it's no disqualification, why is this the first match that has a prop to use? Why isn't there like chairs and kendo sticks and tables and ladders used in all the other matches if they're all no disqualification? Why are you doing it in this one and making it saying that it's no disqualification for this one specifically? And I found that pretty weird. And there was just like this disconnect in this match for me. But overall, though, this show was pretty entertaining. This show was pretty good. A lot of the matches were pretty good. You know, Fatal 4 matches, triple threat matches are always entertaining. So, of all the things that happened on this show, I just didn't enjoy two of the matches we got. But everything else was pretty good, pretty decent. And overall, I'd rate this show for the good promos we got and the good matches we got. I'll rate this show overall and the good backstage segments we got. I'll rate this show overall a 7 out of 10. It was a really good, solid show. It was a really good episode of Friday Night Smackdown. It was really solid. Anyways, though, that was my thoughts and that was my review and my breakdown of the show. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. Like, comment, and subscribe if you choose to. It's been a pleasure. I'm out.